Nobody's perfect. There are an infinite amount of things that we would like to change, but we struggle to do so. Many of us would like to be more confident, less anxious, or get rid of destructive behaviors. Unfortunately, most of the time, we fail. But can we do something about it? We can. According to cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, thoughts precede behavior. That means that by changing your thoughts, you can actually change your behavior. Let's take the example of Jimmy. Jimmy's parents and teachers always told him that he's not good at math or logical thinking. Now Jimmy's an adult and would like to learn computer programming. Sometimes he makes mistakes or cannot grasp new concepts. When this happens, there is a little voice in his head telling him, "You see, you are never good at math or logical thinking." But then Jimmy remembers CBT and tells himself, "That's not true. You can learn these things. Einstein spent 10 years on special relativity. You can make this." Afterwards, Jimmy feels much better. Basically, this is the essence of CBT theory. But how do you go from changing your thoughts to learning a new behavior? First of all, what is learning? Learning is a lasting change in behavior. Now we'll cover the stages of learning. The first stage of learning is when you are unconsciously incapable. Basically, you don't recognize that you have a problem. Jimmy would tell himself, "That's right, I was never good at math or logical thinking." During the second stage, you become consciously incapable. Now you realize that your behavior is destructive, but still, you don't know how to change. Jimmy would tell himself, "I see my behavior stems from the mean remarks of my teachers and parents, but how do I change?" At this stage, it's like being lost in a forest, knowing that there is an exit somewhere, but you don't exactly know where it's located. At the third step, you become consciously capable. That means that through enough effort, you're able to change your behavior. Jimmy now tells himself, "No, Jimmy, I'm sure you can make it. Stick to it just for a few more seconds." Jimmy learns how to program and feels ecstatic. At this stage, you're still lost in the forest, but sometimes you manage to exit it. The fourth step is when learning actually occurred. At this stage, you're unconsciously capable. This means you don't feel dreadful anymore and you automatically feel better. At this point, you walk the path out of the forest so many times that you know how to exit it without effort. Your behavior changed permanently. You learned. So, to recap, these are the four steps of learning a new behavior: unconsciously incapable, consciously incapable, consciously capable, and finally, unconsciously capable. This was my first YouTube video. If you liked it, please subscribe to see more in the future.
Created using Powtoon.